What a gorgeous day. But it actually saddens me that I got to come out and talk about this. Let me move this over. This is 1/4 of a cup of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of water. Mix well till it dissolves, and that is all your hummingbirds need. I'm coming here today, and I really wish I didn't have to tell you that there are some people that think they're doing something good, and either they're just doing it because they want to, or they don't care, or they don't understand or don't know. So many of you have come to me and said that there are people out there that are filling their feeders with Kool-Aid, fruit drinks, synthetic drinks. Let me say one thing. I can't tell you what to do. I can beg you, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to beg you not to do that. Don't put dye in, and don't use any fruit drinks, Kool-Aid or anything. If you read the ingredients on the Kool-Aid, I'll put it here so you can see it. There's nothing in there that these poor hummingbirds can metabolize. Some of you say, well, sugar is no good. It just so happens that white granulated sugar is sucrose. And that is the only thing that they can metabolize in their bodies to keep their kidneys, their little pancreas, their heart, everything functioning. If you give them something else, their body doesn't know what to do with it. And what you're doing when you feed other things like that is you're causing their body to deteriorate. Will they drink it and drop? Probably not. But the problem is, when it goes to migration, they're not going to have the strength to do what they need to do. And what will happen at that point is they will perish before they get to where they need to get to. And keep in mind, these hummingbirds that are flying around and coming to the feeders are not the same hummingbirds that you'll see in 2 minutes. They come, they drink, they leave. If they live in the area here, then they come back every 15, 20 minutes if they don't find enough to eat. The young ones will come to a feeder full of Kool-Aid and won't know and start to drink it. They may not even make it to 3 months old. Let's wait for the plane to go by. And that is sad. And it's ignorant. And you really need to look these things up. I didn't come up with sugar, that's why I'm giving him sugar. I'm giving him sugar because the Smithsonian Institute that researches birds tell you this is what it is. They've done studies. The Audubon Society, the Hummingbird Society, zoos all over the world know that there's only one thing that they can drink safely and actually keep them alive, and that is white granulated sugar. The right mix is 1/4 of a cup of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of water. And of course, you could build it from there because I have to make it 1/2 gallon to 1 gallon at a time, since I go through an average of anywhere from 2 to 6 gallons a day. The birds here have built up and done really good. I beg you, if you are giving Kool-Aid, don't do it. And I know you think you're doing something good. I beg you not to do this. It's the same thing. Would you take a fish out of a saltwater tank and say, I'm going to give it fresh, purified water because it's better? No, their body cannot metabolize that. They'll perish in a matter of minutes. These birds, I'm going to say within the week for young ones if they fill up too much. And then for birds that are very healthy, probably just won't migrate. They'll end up perishing long before they get to where they need to go. And if they live locally, it will just cut their life in more than half. So if you're giving Kool-Aid, please go back to white granulated sugar. And you know what? I don't care if it's sugar beet, beet sugar, or cane sugar, because both of those are sucrose. Just don't give Kool-Aid. You're not doing them any good. Just because it looks pretty in there, you don't need to add any dye in there. They recognize this. They don't see this. They don't care about this. They look at the feeder. And if you use a feeder that everybody else uses, like these or the ones from dollar stores, they know it. They could be way up in the sky and they shoot down really fast to go grab something to drink because they recognize it. Sometimes you put a new feeder out. They don't know what it is. Put it next to one of the feeders that are common, and then they'll start to use it. So I hope and I beg that I've changed some of your minds who are giving Kool-Aid to your hummingbirds. Please go back to what they need, and I think you'll be happier, your hummingbirds will be happier, and your numbers will build. you'll start to have a whole bunch of happy birds there. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And feed the hummingbirds, because the Smithsonian said we need to help them. We need to help them survive because there's not enough native flowers for them to find. Otherwise, their numbers dwindle very fast. Bye-bye. Oh, I think I've got more feeders to fill.